Peace, everyone. I'm your boy Shadow. Um, we have a great thing. Okay, I see somebody's on here. I'm gonna share a screen. Hold on. Hey, welcome, greetings, greetings. As you can tell, who is on?
Greetings.
I'm Lonnie, aka Shadow, and you got Miss Key Millions, and just call her Key if you're not familiar. Uh, and so we have uh, on our list a celebration for a great person, a father, a friend, you know, cousin, nephew. But he was a great person and we lost. But we still want to continue his legacy in life. Um, so if you don't know who it is, it's Chris, aka Shaik Mathis, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to have a couple of guests here in a few, and I'm going to apologize beforehand for anything that is not as coordinated because it's all new. And so, can we upload the images? I'm trying to get past the time because I think we're going to have Dana, sorry, Rockwaller on in a few to kind of do his tribute uh, to Shake. Yeah. So with that said, it's so I wanted to play that. I'm gonna play a clip from Mama Shake.
Second. I think that's one way I could do it. Is to share a screen.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
It looks like perfectly flat.
All right, can you see? Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Apologize for this. A little complications here and there. Trying to make the adjustments as we go along, but he on. I think you can still like you know text or leave a message. So Shake. Mm. So Miss Key, hearing the story about Shake, what do you think? Like, what do you think about his story, his legacy, his life?
Well, I was just impressed with all that he was able to achieve and and just how much of an influence he was into things, and yet people don't know his name. So that led me to understand how important it is for things like this, where people are starting foundations and things, because that influence needs to live on. The fact that he has students and people, creativity are linked to his, learning style, his teaching style. I mean, like, that's all something that was impressive to me. Um, I don't happen to say I've never met him personally, and you have met him personally. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about like his um his lasting impression on you.
Oh yeah, he definitely has a lot. guess the one that comes to mind is when he pointed out a whole um, sort of concept of how to perfect my dance steps and my movements and stuff. So it kind of like, stuck with me through the course of my life, made me a better dancer, So I have that to attribute to him, as far as a dancer and a person. And his personality was just like, it's like a shining light, every time you came around, you felt like, you were a part of something bigger in life. So that's what I like about him. And so what I want to do is though I want to kind of like show a clip of something that we're gonna have um, to share with everyone. Hopefully they'll take part, knowing that the importance of his story.
Little Shake, Shake.
Well, I'm honored to be speaking to you, and my name is Geraldine. I prefer to be called Jerry Council, and I am the gentleman whom we're gathered here today to honor his mother, the legendary Christopher Andre Mathis, but you may know him better as Shaik.
My brother, he was incredible with me every day. He used to, let me start there. When we were kids, he would kiss you, grab you and kiss you on the cheek. I love you, man. You'd be like, get out of here, yo. So now I kiss him every day, every day. Love you, bro. I love you.
This is a dedication, just a note to my brother Chris Shaik Mathis from his sister Tasha Day, adopted. I miss you so much.
What's up, everybody? This is Terry Samuel, aka D-Rock. First of all, I'd like to thank Shaik's moms, Khalid, Janice, Raymond, and Shonda for letting me in as one of their own. I'd like to say that first. Thanks a lot. Thank you for that. Yeah, so when I first heard about Chris, he was in elementary school at a young age, very young age. I always hear about who's this dude, Chris? Great dancer, Chris. He changed my life, If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be dancing. I wouldn't be dancing at all. He was the one who made me want to dance. And he influenced a lot of people around the world too. A lot of dancers around the world. They might not want to admit it, but he influenced thousands of dancers around the world.
Hello, I go by the name of Honey Rockwell. I'm originally from the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm currently residing in ATL, Georgia. And I just wanted to give a special shout out to my floor dance brother, Shaik. May he rest in paradise. May he live in our hearts forever and his legacy live on. My love, peace.
Peace and many blessings to all of you out there. Thank you so much, first and foremost, to the Mathis and Council family for allowing me to be a part of this tribute, and also to an acknowledgement and credit to Lonnie, otherwise known as Shadow, for his taking part in curating this tribute. That said, my name is Daniel E. Kelly III, otherwise known as Future.
Future in the house, Daniel E. Kelly III.
I first met Shaik in 1984 at Benjamin and Cardoza High School in Bayside, Queens, New York. Needless to say, without too much depth right off the bat, that if any person had ever witnessed, especially back then, his skills and his imagination with moves and movement in the world of popping, you instantly were captivated and wanted to know this person, or anybody else. I guess the simple term of just falling in love with his skills and abilities, let alone the person who he was.
Peace. This is Lonnie, aka Shadow. The reason why I'm commemorating an artist and choreographer Shaik is because I thought about my life and the journey it's been taken, and current situations that's going on now. And I felt if the story wasn't told, it would be a missing record in life. And it's important to me that his story is told.
He was dancing. He wasn't popping and locking, at 5 years old, but around 10 or 12 was when the hip hop genre was coming to life. He's actually in a few hip hop journals as one of the architects of the hip hop and R&B movement. Yes.
You said New Jack, Teddy Riley?
I am New Jack Swing. I'm the Teddy of dance. He's the Shake of music.
Okay.
Without me, there was no Teddy Riley. There's no guy. Without me, there will be no Teddy Riley's movement after that. Period. I'm the visual of all they've done from when they first started from That's in Effect to Guy, before he migrated to Blackstreet.
So were you able to catch him on street corners and all these different things?
Well, I didn't catch him, but everybody else did. Everybody else did. And so I'm seeing from some videos that I've been getting so that we can honor him on his birthday this coming Sunday, April 25th. Lots of friends are sending in videos acknowledging how they met him and what he did for them. And one of his closest friends since childhood mentioned how, we'd wait till Mom would go to sleep and we'd sneak out the door. I said, what? You mean to get some spankings and not to get served? And he kept backing up laughing. And they would sneak out and go to the clubs or beyond it. I said, oh, I didn't even know that ever happened. I thought I had such obedient children. Yes, mine are like everybody else's.
He used to sneak out the house. His mom used to go to sleep about 10 or 11 at night. He used to sneak out the house. We used to go to the jams. We used to go to the Roxy's all the time at the Roxy's. We used to sneak out the house late at night. Go to the Roxy's. Go to a lot of jams. Over the times, I'm thinking, when I think about him, I think sometimes with his kids, those are times I miss.
So now, and I was going to mention that in my opening comments, that with this house full of talented friends, now that he's gone, there are dreams that he wanted to accomplish that haven't been done, and I and his offspring and siblings want to make sure that these things are facilitated so that he will be remembered. And long after I and possibly they are gone. So his legacy is long and wide, and hence we want to start a foundation. And the working name at this point is Christopher Shaik Mathis Foundation. And we are going to attempt to accrue some funds through announcing that his birthday is right around the corner, and whoever would like to drop a coin or that soft money, as the pastor would say, whatever you can donate would be helpful, so can begin to build this foundation where we will be giving out scholarships either quarterly, biannually, or annually. Hopefully as we grow, we could do it every quarter. But at first, we'll start out annually around his birthday, have an event where we present a scholarship and to a deserving dancer or teacher or school or camp, someone in the arts very similar to his style of dance that he called fusotic, fusion of dance, all dance moves combined, and from jazz to not tap, but jazz and ballet and hip hop and rock, all of it intertwined into one beautiful ball of confusion that just moves beautifully across the stage. Hey, everybody. I thank you for staying tuned to this celebration of life on behalf of my son, Christopher Shaik Mathis, the legendary choreographer of Hip Hop Days, R&B. I'm really hoping and really looking forward to each and every one of you contributing to our PayPal account, which is PayPal me, Sam Sarah. That's spelled SAMARA 1029. PayPal me, Sam Sarah, and whatever token of love can be contributed will help us in building the foundation where annually, biannually, quarterly, every day, we can put on an event in his honor and award a deserving school, dance camp, student, teacher. The list can go on with a scholarship that'll help them to carry on his legacy of movement. I thank you. And as Sheikh would say, Alhamdulillah. I mean,
As you can tell, that was a wonderful tribute. I see a lot of people entering the space here. We got Future who was on there premiering, and his brother Janice the Third. I want to put them on so that they can say a few words in regards to what's going on with the foundation. Feel like, what do you think?
Can everybody hear me?
Hey, Janice, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, people? How y'all?
As you seen the little tribute there, we plan to elaborate on that, but with the assistance of those who are willing to assist us in this mission, you know what I mean. So, what was your views on that little tribute there, since you were a part?
I love the way it was edited up. I love the way it came down. It was a nice remembrance seeing him get busy in the street.
Yeah,
things of that nature. It's always fun seeing him smiling and just doing being him.
Right, true. So, what do you think? Like, in terms of like the viewers, what do you want them to get from it all, man? What are we trying to do?
Hi, everyone.
Can you give them an idea what we want to do? What we're trying to do?
Hopefully, everybody just sees that this isn't nonsense. This is things that we were doing per Shaik with Shaik while he was alive. you know, and all of this is basically like culminating at this point. It's stuff that he was working on for the longest, and we've been trying to bring a lot of things to fruition. But now we're in the age when finally we can start putting things out ourselves and getting real recognition for it. So now it's time to really step foot, put a foot forward, and start moving on all of these ideas that we had set up in the past and stuff. And some of them were scholarships and things of that nature. We're trying to open up schools and all of that for the inner city kids. There's a whole lot of stuff that's going on that Shake and I will always speak on. We spoke every day. He would speak with my mom every day. He spoke with me every day. You know, we it wasn't just family. We were business, you know? So now we're trying to let everybody else understand, you know, that it's more than just beyond his dance. Dance is dope, but we're gonna open up a lot of, hopefully, a few foundations for dances and scholarships and things for the kids and all that. So we could keep a bunch of art programs open or start opening up art programs. It's a bunch of stuff that we're trying to get done. He was a very charismatic person, as we all know, but um, he was also a visionary, you know,
Right.
and he put forth a lot of good thought and wrote down a lot of things also.
Danny,
So now we're trying to implement all of this stuff.
right. Speaking of dances, I have one. He's in the waiting right now. He's waiting right now. I'm gonna plug him into this whole conversation because he was the main part of this edited version of the full scale project that we're working on with the help of Al.
Okay.
Right. So I'm just gonna plug him in on this conversation that we're having. Maybe he has something to contribute.
Okay.
Hey, is that Danny? Mr. Future, how are
Yes,
you?
Future. What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Hey,
Peace and blessings to the family, council, and Mathis family, of course, especially, and to anybody else who was considered dance family, if you will, who had memorable experiences, positive, productive experiences with Shaik. Well, altogether don't matter, I guess, big, good or bad, as long as there was something positive or productive that came out of it. I don't know. But that said,
we do our
and
best.
listening to, yeah, that's what's up. And listening to family speak on them, which for me was one of the main things that I wanted to make sure that if anybody was hearing me or observing me in the video clippage and giving tribute to him, it was about what you said, Janice, regarding his trying to do more for others. You know, not that he wasn't ever doing that for others in the past. I mean, because as is, I mean, when it came to the dance, he inspired so many as well as taught without teaching.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, helped them by not knowing that he helped them to get into the path of dance or performance or something in some way, shape, or form. Big shout out to D-Rock, by the way, because I met them both at the same time in Benjamin Cardoza High School in Bayside, Queens, back in the days, back in '84. And it was actually D-Rock who said to me, I'll never forget, I'll try to keep this short, to get at least 2 moments. And a side note, as a side note, it was at Shaik's house that I actually had to battle Kevin. And I can't say that I won because I was garbage then. I was garbage, complete garbage. No way. I'm not going to try to say I was kind of nice. There's no way I was nicer than his brother, you know. Big shout out to Khalid.
Yeah.
Who's been putting it down, especially in the martial arts too as well. I know you didn't forget. Right. And in that same instance, within that same moment, shortly thereafter, there was something that I did. I think I started doing a vibration or something. And Shaik ran out the room laughing. And I'm sure it was kind of like, you know, Kev was kind of like, what's he bugging on? Like, he ain't do nothing. And I didn't feel that I did anything. But there was something that D-Rock had said to me back then he was like, "Yo, watch." He was like, "You gonna be nice. Watch. I guarantee you, you're gonna be nice." It's like he saw it in the future. Now, pardon the pun, but that's not to say that I am nice. I'm not even trying to say that I'm nice. I'm not putting myself down or up. All I'm saying is this: I'm grateful for whatever seed was planted as a gift to be a positive, productive person helping others. I think that's really what I'm getting at, which was part of the message of all spiritual path right now. So I'm definitely not trying to be, a pastor or anything like that, even though it is in my
No, it's totally
family. From my grandfather, who been gone to my father. So that's Reverend Daniel E. Kelly Sr., Reverend Daniel E. Kelly Jr., which is my grandfather and my father, and Daniel E. Kelly III, aka Future in the building.
nice.
So, yeah, I'm not going to try to be preachy or anything like that. But just to share and say that I do pray for those who have crossed this path, or come across this path of the now and future, in hearing about him being affiliated with anything that has to do with.
Hey, in future, your mic is going
Scholarship
it's jumping in and
concept.
out. It's breaking up. Breaking up.
Pray that highly benefit anyone. We're hearing the same thing from y'all, so maybe it's just that where I'm at with the app, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. I was still somewhat audible. But I'm not talking for me because I see someone waiting in the wings to speak.
All right. So
I see a sister waiting in the wings to speak.
what is that?
So I'm not trying to take up anybody's time.
Okay. So so Miss Key, you have any questions? I mean, you probably like you unfamiliar with that.
I can't hear somebody's making some noise.
Remember that the
That's better.
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So I mean, like
there is.
I gotta meet him again.
There is some feedback.
All right. Yeah. I was just thinking like there may be something that you might want to ask. The two gentlemen here, since they're here, like it pertaining to like the movement, the direction, and or like your curiosity about say seeing the footage. If you have anything comes to mind.
I just want to know, maybe each of you can tell me a personal story where, you can see the impact that he made on your life at this point in your life. Can you hear me?
Hey, you talking to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, all the mics went down. I was just trying to turn my volume up. The impact that he made with me is deep because as I say in my video, he's the
Sorry about
he showed me how to get best friends. He showed me how to get my friends. He was my best friend on earth. So his impact is dope because yeah, he used to teach me how to dance. Yeah, he had me in the horse pants doing my punches and stuff and kung fu and all of that. Me and my little brother, we all trained, carrying slippers, everything. And then seeing behind the scenes with videos and things of that nature. It said that he was in the B Street Strut music video, which is dope. What isn't said is he got all of us in that, My brother and I, we hopped off the car. We 4 years old, and he was in Pampers. You know,
Mm.
this is his first video shoot, and he's getting everybody that he knows up in it. That's the type of dude that he was. It wasn't like you just said. It wasn't never just about him. It's always about him and everybody around him. He's like that pop dude, that everybody hears about, but not everybody gets to meet.
Right.
Fortunately, a lot of people on Earth got to meet Shake, so his influence is runs deep on his Earth. Whether he spread seed or not. Obviously, he spread seed because he has kids out
Yeah,
there.
that's
But
that's the
but
that's the purpose of what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Genesis, like I think for me personally, I feel like if it's not even told, if it's not even spoken of, people will either forget about it or not even like recognize it as a valid point of reference. You know what I mean? Like, and,
right,
and I don't think that's fair to him and his legacy and the family and what what I mean. Personally, that's how I feel about it. But
everything that I do is Shake. You know what I mean? We grew up in hip hop. We grew up doing the Fresh Fest tours, and we grew up as a result, right next to that. Whether we were on tours with him or not, Khalid went to go see a whole lot of that stuff with him because he was older. And then when we got of age, about past that, me and Raymond started going to things. We was up in there too. But and right down to Sade, she got to experience him, when he was doing his Japan stints and things of that nature. So but my influence with him, like I say, is deeper than just going out and entertaining. He made me see that life is entertainment. This is bugging out having fun in the house. He's the first person I stayed up at night with and seen the sun in the morning. He's the first person that showed me, not showed me, but was helping me out with girls and all that when I was a kid. He's like the perfect older brother. He was more of a father figure than me, at one time than I felt that my pops was. And that was real. I was going around saying that. But as long as it may or may not have been, that's just the way you feel about certain people in the family. My father, everybody they accept it because they know how much we love each other. He was my dude. We both Thomases. We the two Thomases of the family. He's the beginning of Taurus, and I'm the end of Taurus. He's April 25th, and I'm May 19th. We were both sides of the coin. We both got, what I mean? He went to get his tattoo, so man, I went and got my tattoo. I drew it up. He drew his, I drew mine. This is what we do, man. This is what we were. I was his left arm, he was my right arm. He toured with everybody else, but I held all his secrets. I held all Khalid's secrets. All that nonsense that brothers do. So with him, it's deeply rooted because now I got my own son. I'm a single father. So what I'm doing is carrying on tradition. Like for my post earlier today, me and him, every time Sheikh moved to a different apartment, we cooked. He'd always cook, he'd chill and break bread. And that's what I do now. I cook. My son wakes up, he be cooking stuff. It's a beautiful thing to see tradition carrying on. That's my son right there, Tiki. You guys smell the good cinnamon that be getting ready to eat up. And pardon all the noise, because that's probably what it is in the background. I'm popping these.
so yeah, I want to go over
Sorry, man, but it's Council's Kitchen
So
over here,
much
and I'm
clearer.
running a little bit late. My stomach's stomach. My son's stomach. But
all right. So listen, I'm gonna go to future and tell me a story, future, like some of the things that people might not know that you know about Snake. Being that you're so close to him as well.
What? Um. Hmm. Uh. From from when we were younger or
Yes.
recently?
Yes.
Oh, when we were young. Okay. All right. Well. Um. Wow. Okay. Uh. As I mentioned earlier, in case anybody was able to hear me, considering the audio was a little bad before, We were in high school together, 1984 to 1980. Actually, 1984 to 1986. Benjamin N. Cardoza, because he left Benjamin N. Cardoza in 1986 after he had gone on tour in Sweden with Damon Frost, also known as Rubber Band. Shout out to Damon Frost. At one of the things that I guess some people don't realize or didn't know in this generation of hip hop culture is the first jam, the first ever event contest. I'm sorry, not contest. The first ever concert event for hip hop was the Fresh Fest back in the days, and Shaik was a big part of that. Played a role in that, not a big part of it. Played a role in it. Of course, we all saw Beat Street Strut. You know, so when the video came out, everybody was hyped. I'll have to say that the first time I'd ever seen Shaik get down was at Benjamin Cardoza High School. Someone came, I think, from Hillcrest all the way over to Bayside to come battle him foolishly by themselves. Whoever it was came by himself. He hopped over the fence, came into the yard, and no, he came ready to smoke him. He thought he had the confidence that he was going to smoke Shaik. Like, this big name, I got this dude. And I'd never seen the style of popping the way that he demonstrated it between, especially because, and I guess this
Shaik, or are you talking about the other gentleman?
No, I'm talking about Shaik.
Okay.
Shaik, forgive me. And actually the gem in this that people don't realize, I'll say this first and I'll get to the gem part. So he was the first person I'd ever seen do something characteristic or mime-ish, more character, beside miming and stuff. It's like, you know, being in the box and the wall and all that. Okay, yeah. Baseball, all the old school stuff from like 82 to like 84. Right. But then your man squatted down and crunched. He transformed into E.T. If anybody knows any of the moves that Shaik's ever done, he crunched down, crunched his head, and was crawling forward, and his head popped up. And then he stuck his hand out. I was like, what? Among the wave styles that I had never seen before. I'm saying that to lead to the reason for that. I believe is the reason for that. I mean, Khalid could correct me, or anybody that close or closer, especially Mom Shaik, could correct me if I would be wrong. But that said, New York didn't have the core origins of all of the forms of popping. We got it from Soul Train, which was our only media source, and family and or relatives and what have you that come visit. Because Shaik went to Cali, he mentioned every time when, as a matter of fact, ever since then, every time when Shaik would talk while I was around him at that time, I would always wind up hearing Bruno's name. For those who don't know the name Bruno is also known, or AKA, Popping Taco, as in Taco from the movie Breaking.
Yeah.
So as
oh
often,
my God, that was like my favorite movie back in the day.
now here's the deal. To me, Taco in that movie, Taco and Shrimp were the illest out of everybody in that whole movie. Okay. That said, because that was the first time we saw that trace wave come down, and your man popped his jacket off and poof, popped it back on, and that wave came out. That it was a ripple wave came out and was like, yo, that was bananas. But when Shaik came back, Shaik was throwing waves and stuff like that, like I'd seen Taco do. That said, the fusion and evolution is what we were seeing Shaik go through and become from New York's electric boogie format, which has the basis of strut, sack, somewhat of Fillmore in it with certain parts of your arms, puppet style with the legs, somewhat with your body. But the thing about New York, especially because we had hip hop, you know, we had that was the bounce. We had James Brown. We had this bounce.
Right.
Where if you notice, there's the clang in Boogaloo and the other things, and not to say that it's not smooth or different or all of that stuff. All I'm saying is in pointing out the ingredients to to the pot that became what we were seeing when it came to Shake. So Shake's transition from the electric boogie format, if you will, into this higher level of flow with the bounce, with that smoothness that Shake would do, along with these waves. So it wouldn't just be like a wave set or wave segment. It was because of him that I'd seen this, and then I mean my own evolution, I guess, you know, through time. But he's definitely responsible for that. But that said,
absolutely,
is his awareness from being in California and seeing some of these movements, because when you look at taco and you look at shrimp, you can see the similarities in the waves that Shake used to throw.
Right.
So when
I'm sorry, I just like I'm glad you're going into detail because a lot of people are not that intricate part of dancing. A lot of people are unaware of, and again, this is another important part of why what we're doing. So I just all that to say is that all that it would be in that what we're trying to put out. You know what I mean? All that information will be there for people to have. And with that said, I just want to share another piece of what we're doing because I want to save something for anybody else who will contribute to this as well. Because I think you raise a valid point. You know what I mean? And if anyone's really getting it right now, they'll understand that how important us telling the story of bringing about this foundation is. You know what I mean? And yeah, so like again, if I want to donate, I can go to PayPal me as Sarah, that's SAMSARA 1029 to donate towards the foundation. So information like this, potent information like this, can get out. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to share a clip again of what we're trying to put together in a minute. So, and Janice, brother, I'm gonna sign out so that other people can come in and maybe have a discussion as well. Okay, so you guys, be on the line. So, and I know you're cooking and everything like that. Nobody, unless you cook enough for everybody, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
all right.
$5 a plate.
I appreciate you stopping through, man. All right.
All right.
All right, Pete.
Thank you.
Future, if you can hold on for a second, all right? If you can hold on for a second.
Enjoy.
All right.
Okay.
Peace. All right, yeah, we're gonna show that clip right now, and in a couple of seconds. I know, so we're gonna come in with Brother Khalid in a second. Got it.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to tell you a little something about my son, your friend, your cousin, your nephew, your brother, your dad. My son Duke. And I'm going to section everything off with Geraldine with the J, Jerry, sis, mom, mommy, Grammy, auntie, cuz, and a few other nicknames, titles, and monikers I answer to. Chris, Shaik, chose to call me Mom Dukes, and he was my son Dukes. As I sit here revising the comments and gratitude speech I'd originally prepared for the memorial slated for the anniversary of his birth on April 25th, 2020, we're close to 100 guests who had RSVP'd were expected to attend. I'm still trying to live with the loss of my firstborn. It has been almost a year and a half without his physical presence. I mentally asked myself, how am I putting one foot in front of the other, or have the nerve to laugh, much less smile at anything? Can you tell me how, when I can barely have the energy to rise and shine every day since his transition? Not even daylight savings time's gained hour of rest has offered me solace. Although, once connecting to the sweet, sour, and spicy memories of his song during this April 2021's Ramadan, I embrace his ascension into the Junnah as a miraculous blessing. Let me take you back to the beginning. My crowning glory. While visiting my parents' home, my water broke and hysteria ensued. Screech! Daddy parks in the emergency driveway of Queens General Hospital and dashed into the entrance yelling out to whomever would hear, my daughter's baby is halfway out. I need a gurney now. A crew of 4 ran towards the car just as Mama was getting to the entrance door. Yep, that is correct. Although momentarily, I was left unattended with my baby's head and shoulders first. Lights, cameras, action. The cops who had chased Daddy's speeding car cautiously approached the rear of the car where, to their surprise, a miracle was taking place in real time. They waved the team of medics toward the car, asking them to please hurry. They opened the rear door, and everyone gasped as I involuntarily pushed my son into the world at 5:28 a.m. And so began his amazing journey. His youth. The marriage to my son's donor lasted approximately 3 years, wherein I conceived our second son, Kevin, 2 years, Chris's junior. Chris and Kevin, who at 18 officially changed his name to Khalik Hassan Rashad, shared DNA, talents, a bedroom, toys, secrets, friends, daycare, elementary, and middle schools. While in elementary school, I met who would become my second husband, and 2 more sons joined the family, Janice III and Raymond Council. Daughter Sade, my one and only, and the youngest, rounds out our posse. But let me not get ahead of myself. Chris and Kev equally enjoyed karate movies, so much so that I had enrolled them in our neighborhood dojo when he was in kindergarten and Carl was in preschool. Their sensei considered Chris a prodigy due to his quick learning and accurate execution of the martial arts. They have both mastered the arts as they had continued to excel straight into adulthood. Chris's peeps knew not to mess with him. His homies called him Bruce Lee Jr., or Bruce Leroy, after the character his friend Timok embodied in The Last Dragon. In the streets, he was known to say, just before contact with a bully, I'm going to try your left jaw with my right foot. No bow, as taught in the dojo, was ever given. Just that warning. And then he would proceed to do just that. Kapow! That poor soul would not have known what had just happened. Introducing Lil Shaik. In the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, Chris's acting, oratory, and dancing skills were being recognized, and auditions for Broadway plays, commercials, and modeling opportunities presented themselves for he and Kev. By the time he had entered intermediate school, no one wanted to battle with him in a fist fight, nor in the new hip-hop street dance craze. The dynamic rockers and breakers recruited him as their rookie and secret weapon, so to speak. At the age of 12, due to his phenomenal popping skills, his b-boy name was Lil Shaik. His peers and schoolmates had known he had performed in the groundbreaking Fresh Festival tours. Then, by the time he had entered high school, he had already performed in London's, England's famed Hippodrome. Phew, what a whirlwind. Through it all, Chris made sure to remain grounded. He never had a big head. The garbage would still be taken out, laundry and grocery shopping got done. He had babysat his younger siblings, mowed the lawn. The leaves were raked and the snow shoveled for the entire street on both sides without asking for a dime. He would do it just because. Wow. Can you imagine my pride? He gave me many more opportunities to feel that type of joy. My daughter's dad and I were not together in the time of her birth. I remember so clearly how helpful Chris was during the labor and delivery of his baby sister, Shaik. He was tremendous. Not only was I kept totally calm, unlike ever before, but he had had enough compassion to help the screaming mom-to-be who was alone in the neighboring bed. I believe that is when I began calling him Superman, because he was always willing to fly into every situation where help was needed. Real talk. I'm not exaggerating. Real talk. Again, let me not get too far ahead in the telling of his story. Oh, how Chris loved to cook. And might I add, quite well. Especially on the grill. Oh my God, he could eat the hottest of jalapeno peppers and the hottest hot sauce and saturate almost everything on his plate with it. Oh, and let me tell you this brief story. My Japanese girlfriend, Yayoi, a concert promoter, made the mistake of daring him into a drinking battle while celebrating after a performance in Japan. She was known as the champ in drinking sake. And, well, he drank her under the table to the point of passing out. That was funny. It was hilarious. Also, on any occasion where lots of food was being served, you best believe Sunday dinners, holiday feasts, backyard cookouts, block parties, chow, after gulping down his meal at home, you were sure to get a visit from him. Just long enough for a quick chat, eat, toast to your delicious meal. He would excuse himself and move fast on to the next feast. Pardon me. I'm getting verklempt. Whoa, that man could eat. On a couple of occasions, Chris had escorted me from my W magazine holiday parties. At the time, we were both employed in Manhattan. But before departing, we would tear up the dance floor. I still had my moves and my knees. We both loved house music. And who can forget when every year, literally like clockwork, after we had toasted each other, he would run out of the house onto 111th Avenue just after midnight yelling, "Happy New Year!" He would chase after the Q-42, bus, dogs, cats, and or squirrels, and threw confetti everywhere, and we would all follow suit. Siblings, guests, and moi. Chris was a natural-born leader. At family gatherings, he would switch gears at the drop of a dime and engage Khalik into snapping on me. That means making jokes. Well, we all would fall out laughing, with tears flowing and squirming not to pee our pants as he would make us make crazy woohoo sound effects, hands flailing in the air, pretending to imitate my exquisite hustle moves. I won awards, people. Chris enjoyed taking G3, that's Janice, Raymond, and Baby Gal, that was his special name for Sade, trick-or-treating. And then usually after returning home and dividing out their stash, he'd pop into the VCR A Nightmare Before Christmas, where he and Sade would proceed to entertain themselves and their brothers by reciting every word and song of the movie. Sade knows it still to this day. It's hilarious. You have to be there. And profuse hilarity ensued when they all would participate in the Austin Powers flicks. Oh my God, our house was so much fun. We would be in stitches with the boys' imitations of the Wayans brothers skits et al. He also took pleasure in pretending as if he had not passed gas. Oh my God, he was just so much fun. He did that frequently. If you knew Shaik, you knew he would blame you for whatever strange smell was perusing through the air. Now, on becoming Shaik, that's Shaik. Speaking of dance moves, Chris and Teddy Riley uniformly ushered in the New Jack Swing. Everything is done in groups, people. Some of two, some of more. No one does anything in this world on their own. Your God-given talent is nurtured within, and it's a crime if you don't express it outward. It has to be gifted. So yes, Shaik and Teddy ushered in the New Jack Swing. Teddy was the beats maker, and Shaik was the moves. Chris had choreographed for everyone and performed with many, and was the choreographer for each artist and group for the entirety of Uptown Records. Before Andre Harrell's passing, BET had brokered a deal. I think it was a 6-episode series on Uptown Records. My son had already passed. I had DM'd Andre, hoping that he would be acknowledged. They were beginning to hold auditions for the characters, and I wanted to be sure that he wasn't forgotten in that movie. I would love to have seen who would have played Shaik as the choreographer for the likes of every artist under the Uptown Records label. His impressive bio and credits are extensive, to say the least. At the height of Shaik's career, he had experienced a major professional betrayal. It broke him so deeply that it sent him reeling into a 13 years plus depression, which cost him dearly in health, home, freedom, income, and in the quality time spent with his children. Sadly, he had thought that self-medicating was the answer to all of the above. Rehab is where he was finally diagnosed with bipolarism. His loss of communications and time spent with his offspring was deeply painful. He had most definitely understood the value of strong paternal voice for the development of well-rounded beings. Most in part due to his own years of fatherlessness. During this dark season of his life is when he became a strict practitioner of Islam. Hence, the last and final spelling of the name. Shaik became Shaik. His global recognition. Eventually, he found a market overseas that had welcomed his renowned skills after too many broken promises here in the States. Chris built a steady career teaching his skills first in Germany. He had his own studio where he taught a style of dance he created known as dance fusion/fusotic. Judging, performing, and emceeing at hip-hop expos and competitions throughout Europe kept him in demand. August 2019, he could not wait to share his great news with me. He had been contacted by some advanced funding that was being stockpiled to finally produce a film on his life. Nothing was to be left untold. We were so excited. This opportunity would have alleviated his off and on again financial stresses that he had carried for quite a few decades. A dancer's life is not easy. Lights dimmed.
Yeah, man. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but kind of brought to light a lot of the different emotions. But since we have her on air, Khalid, what are you feeling on the topic? Khalid? Khalid, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Khalid.
The sound.
I think it's just muted. Khalid, can you hear me?
Can hear you, but the
Hello?
sound is echoing.
Can you hear me?
There's an echo.
There is an echo. No. But I can work out here. You have your headphones on?
That's a bit better now.
Well, until he shows you.
But now,
Can you hear me?
can hear you, but it's still echoing a bit.
Okay. I mean, all right. So since you're here, future, what are your thoughts on what you just saw and what are your feelings?
Listen, what are my feelings about what I just heard?
Yeah. What's that? I don't think
okay.
your mics are not coming out too good.
To be productive.
So everyone else got to mute themselves.
To be productive for what I hear. Yeah. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can. Well,
there's an echo going around. It's a reverb going on, just in case. I don't know if you're hearing the same thing.
Wait, maybe I need to.
Well, to provide content regarding your question, for what I could hear, there were some things I didn't know regarding him. Of course, being, she was there for his life in the beginning before high school. So I only know of him from high school out. But I was aware of him being trained, dance trained, prior to or at the same time as being a part of the culture, being a part of hip hop culture. Yeah. And then to follow, from Taylor Dane, I'm sorry, from B Street Strut to Taylor Dane out, because B Street Strut was before that. Taylor Dane came after. So there isn't much more that I could say as far as how I feel about what she said, other than being enlightened to know more about him in his youth, prior to knowing him. That's about all I can really say on that. I mean, it's as far as what his life was like at that point and what he was doing, what he was involved in, or whatever, what she involved him in, and all of the other family moments. It's beautiful, of course. But the ultimate feeling, really, honestly, although not our choice, but for him to still be here, so that to see him actually carry out whatever parts of the mission that he was commissioned to do. Um, Maybe whatever he needed to be doing was already completed, which is why he wound up being called home. Side note, like my uh, cousin through marriage, as we're all seeing people pass right in front of us right about now, DMX. Um, I just finished watching Tashira Simmons, my first cousin, give a eulogy, if you will, for his funeral. So it seems to be a little interesting for this day of it being not only Shaik's birth, but also the passing of others. Um, yeah, but that's really all I can say regarding.
I mean, that you say enough said, man. You had some issues with your mic. I don't know if your mic is connected or you have a short somewhere in there, but I'm gonna mute you right now. I'm gonna go to Genesis and see what his views on that. What is it? Let's see, Janet, can you hear me? Yeah, what's up? Did you get an opportunity to see that little clip?
Yeah, all of my mom talking, I was, laughing along the way and stuff because it's like I said last time, um, it's good reflecting, and sometimes you forget little quirks here and there, so it's fun. It's fun reliving it, even though it's painful. Like as Future said, if you were a person that he really rocked with, it's a bittersweet moment right now because we would all rather he just be around when we could all just be joking about this shit like he did every day. You know that. He was the first person to clown on himself, so it was never a problem jumping in and clowning with him and things of that nature. And those who weren't, invited to that intimacy, they knew well where their place was to not clown because he wouldn't take your teeth out. Um, just off of seeing, like I said, pardon the glare. Just off of seeing, like I said, all of what my mom was saying is always great because she's like the ultimate record keeper, and it is great to hear her saying all of this reflection, but again, that's another bittersweet moment because no parent should have to do that for their child, especially the first one, no matter how late in life it may be. So she's feeling it on another level. Well, everybody wants to remember and stuff for that nature. I'm trying to make sure that she's stable on at least a weekly basis. None of us are around each other anymore, where it can be a daily thing. But at least weekly, we all speak and make sure that our heads are level because it's a different thing. Watching the DMX thing, like Future was just saying, it was different. Seeing a whole bunch of stuff that, in my consideration, sometimes you shouldn't see certain things carrying on, and it's one of those instances where you wouldn't want to see your family brought out for show like that. Shake wasn't on some bringing his family out for show. It was just strictly out on some I don't know. It hurt, man, because I wanted to. I don't know. It's a wild thing, man. When your family is cut, everybody else has opinions. Everybody
Absolutely.
that wants to be that wants to. I had my part, which is dope, but family knows best. So I could say anything I want about a DMX thing, but I'm not his family. His entire family was up there on that stage. You
Right.
understand? So
And,
they know what they going through. Just like we are dealing with this thing over here with Shake.
Right.
It's
No,
a
and no
different.
matter Dennis, you know what, and no matter how much good a person does, right? Everyone has the tendency of picking the worst things out of someone's
Right,
life.
right.
You know, and that's what I feel like. You know, that's why like it's important, man, for this story to get out, and you know what I mean, this for people to help out and to help the story get out because
I'm glad it's getting out. Not a lot of people know.
right, a great. I mean, the abundance of things he done. You know what I mean? Like it's like crazy. How could you not, you know, want to
But
help
that
out?
was Shake's spirit. That was how it is, man. He was so humbling with it. You know, he didn't care about all of that. He wanted it, yeah, just like we all want it. We're all human. We all want the recognition, but he never shot for the recognition. He just shot to get things done and projects finished and make sure that everybody was eating. That's it.
I think that's another part I took from him as well. I'm just, you know, take it to the point where it's, you know, it's at its limit. And if somebody sees it, you know, pass the baton and then, you know, moving forward. I mean, because, you know, like I said, no one person can do it alone. And, you know what I mean? It takes a team, you know, it takes a team. So, yeah, with that said, I was trying to catch, you know, colleague in there. Hopefully somebody else would have chimed in. And,
Yeah, I think I see Fernando up there, Cooley G.
yeah, but he's that. Well, I guess he's, you know, preoccupied with something else. But um, yeah, I mean, I'm glad we're here to celebrate his birthday. It was like again, you know, you wish for the best, you know, plan for the worst. You know, but yeah, appreciate it, man.
Hopefully this foundation comes together, you know, and we really start seeing some progress towards.
Yeah,
He really had great ideas, but for it all to still continue at this point, you know, year and a half, 2 years beyond his passing, dope. You know, with the little minute involvement that has been there, you know.
right.
So now, you know, hopefully it could get pushed to a larger number.
Yeah,
It'll make some noise.
it'll move forward somehow. Somebody, somebody catch on, and it'll make sense to them. You know, like always, like you know those pioneers of creativity and styles and stuff like that, like Future and D Rock, and you know, it's like people don't catch on to it until later on. You know, and they say, "Oh man, now I appreciate it. Now I see it. You know, when it's done." But
Me,
yeah,
like,
I just want
I'm
that's all
always
I do is play my part and give him his flowers right now. Um,
just
so
trying to carry on legacy like he did, man. Be a strong man, alpha man, and take care of the family. That's all I'm doing.
so with that said, man, I'm gonna close out with the footage that we began with. And again, if you guys want to reach out or hear this again, this is on my Facebook page, and I'm pretty sure it should be on others as well. And if you want to donate, you know what I'm saying, go to PayPal me at Sam Sarah 1029. It would definitely be appreciative. I appreciate it, and we can move forward with the foundation, which is our goal. So, and you're seeing some of the members before you, if you're not aware of that, and we want to continue his legacy. Um, Peace and blessings to Shaik, Mathis family, the council family. I appreciate y'all, and peace, man.
Peace. Enjoy your night, bro.
Little Shake. Shake.
Well, I'm honored to be speaking to you, and my name is Geraldine. I prefer to be called Jerry Council, and I am the gentleman whom we're gathered here today to honor his mother, the legendary Christopher Andre Mathis, but you may know him better as Shaik.
My brother, he was incredible with me every day. He used to, let me start there. When we were kids, he would kiss you, grab you and kiss you on the cheek. I love you, man. You'd be like, get out of here, yo. So now I kiss him every day. Love you, bro. I love you.
This is a dedication, just a note to my brother Chris Shaik Mathis from his sister Tasha Day. Adopted. I miss you so much. That's no.
What's up, everybody? This is Terry Samuel, aka D-Rock. First of all, I'd like to thank Shaik's moms, Khalid, Janice, Raymond, and Shonda for letting me in as one of their own. I'd like to say that first. Thanks a lot. Thank you for that. Yeah, so when I first heard about Chris, he was in elementary school at a young age, very young age. I always hear about, who's this dude, Chris? Great dancer, Chris. He changed my life, If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be dancing. I wouldn't be dancing at all. He was the one who made me want to dance. And he influenced a lot of people around the world, too. A lot of dancers around the world. They might not want to admit it, but he influenced thousands of dancers around the world.
Hello, I go by the name of Honey Rockwell. I'm originally from the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm currently residing in ATL, Georgia. And I just wanted to give a special shout out to my floor dance brother, Shaik. May he rest in paradise. May he live in our hearts forever and his legacy live on. My love, peace.
Peace and many blessings to all of you out there. Thank you so much, first and foremost, to the Mathis and Council family for allowing me to be a part of this tribute, and also to an acknowledgement and credit to Lonnie, otherwise known as Shadow, for his taking part in curating this tribute. That said, my name is Daniel E. Kelly III, otherwise known as Future.
Future in the house, Daniel E. Kelly III.
I first met Shaik in 1984 at Benjamin N. Cardoza High School in Bayside, Queens, New York. Needless to say, without too much depth right off the bat, that if any person had ever witnessed, especially back then, his skills and his imagination with moves and movement in the world of popping, you instantly were captivated and wanted to know this person, or anybody else. I guess the simple term of just falling in love with his skills and abilities, let alone the person who he was.
Peace. This is Lonnie, aka Shadow. The reason why I'm commemorating an artist and choreographer Shaik is because I thought about my life and the journey it's been taken, and the current situations that's going on now. And I felt if the story wasn't told, there would be a missing record in life. And it's important to me that his story is told.
He was dancing. He wasn't popping and locking, at 5 years old, but around 10 or 12 was when the hip hop genre was coming to life. He's actually in a few hip hop journals as one of the architects of the hip hop and R&B movement. Yes.
You said New Jack with Teddy Riley?
I am the Jack Swing. I'm the Teddy of dance. He's the Shake of music.
Okay.
Without me, there was no Teddy Riley. There's no guy. Without me, there will be no Teddy Riley's movement after that. Period. I'm the visual for all they've done from when they first started, from That's in Effect to Guy, before he migrated to Blackstreet.
So were you able to catch him on the street corners and all these different things?
Well, I didn't catch him, but everybody else did. Everybody else did. And so I'm seeing from some videos that I've been getting so that we can honor him on his birthday this coming Sunday, April 25th. Lots of friends are sending in videos acknowledging how they met him and what he did for them. And one of his closest friends since childhood mentioned how, yeah, we'd wait till Mom would go to sleep and we'd sneak out the door. I said, what? You mean get some spankings and not to get served? And he was cracking up laughing. And they would sneak out and go to the clubs or beyond there. I said, oh, I didn't even know that ever happened. I thought I had such obedient children. Yes, mine are like everybody else's.
He used to sneak out the house. His mom used to go to sleep about 10 or 11 at night. He used to sneak out the house. We used to go to the jams. We used to go to the Roxy's all the time at the Roxy's. We used to sneak out the house late at night. Go to the Roxy's. Go to a lot of jams. Over the times, I'm thinking, when I think about him, I think of sometimes with his kids. Those are times I miss.
So now, and I was going to mention that in my opening comments, that with this house full of talented friends, now that he's gone, there are dreams that he wanted to accomplish that haven't been done, and I and his offspring and siblings want to make sure that these things are facilitated so that he will be remembered. And long after I and possibly they are gone. So his legacy is long and wide, and hence we want to start a foundation. The working name is Christopher Shaik Mathis Foundation, and we are going to attempt to accrue some funds through announcing that birthday is right around the corner. Whoever would like to come to town, there's that soft money, as the pastor would say. Whatever you want, whatever you can donate would be helpful, so we can begin to build this foundation where we will be giving out scholarships either quarterly, biannually, or annually. Hopefully as we grow, we could do it every quarter. But at first we'll start out annually around his birthday, have an event where we present a scholarship and to a deserving dancer or teacher or school or camp, someone in the arts very similar to his style of dance that he called fusotic, fusion of dance, all dance moves combined, and from jazz, to not tap, but jazz and ballet and hip hop and rock, all of it intertwined into one beautiful ball of confusion that just moves beautifully across the stage. Hey, everybody. I thank you for staying tuned to this celebration of life on behalf of my son, Christopher Shaik Mathis, the legendary choreographer of Hip Hop Days, R&B. I'm really hoping and really, really looking forward to each and every one of you contributing to our PayPal account, which is PayPal me, Samsara, that's spelled SAMARA 1029. PayPal me, Samsara, and whatever token of love can be contributed will help us in building the foundation where annually, biannually, quarterly, every day, we can put on an event in his honor and award a deserving school, dance camp, student, teacher. The list can go on with a scholarship that'll help them to carry on his legacy of movement. I thank you. And as Shaik would say, Alhamdulillah. I mean,
Yo, man, I thought I was gonna leave, but you know what? Since everybody's on here right now, we got colleague. Can you hear me? Colleague, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who can hear me? Oh man. Whoa. Where's that? Where's it at? Where's that?
I just unmuted.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you on? Hey, so seeing all that, man, what does this mean to you, man? To to get this foundation up and running, and for your brother to be recognized for who he is and what he's done.
Oh, it means a lot to me. But this is not Khalik. This is Cooley G. This is Fernando.
Oh, Cooley G. I apologize, man.
It's all good.
Man, you listen, when you get don't get old, brother, because you need glasses after a while. You can't see a thing.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right.
Hold on a minute. Let me just put you on here real quick so you can say what you think.
Oh man, this is a beautiful thing, man. I'm very happy and honored to be a part of this, man. And I just thank you and Mom and the council and the Mathis family, for just coming together and getting this ball rolling. Because like I always say in our conversations that it had to be done. It had to be done, and I really love what is happening. I really love what is happening, man. Because I've had many nights. Nights turned into years and months with our brother Shaik, and some things were accomplished, and then some things were at the cusp of going forward. So we're all in the right direction because I'm saying that to say, earlier this month, Video Music Box, they're in the process right now, Ralph McDaniels, of digitizing his whole library. So that's years and years and years and years and years. I say that to say, earlier this month, I was on his live, and a truck was coming into his home, and he opened up the truck, and he had boxes of his stuff that had already been digitized, and he was sending stuff back. Make a long story short, he reaches in a random box and he pulls out the first tape. Then the tape is the Fresh Fest. And he says out of his mouth, featuring Houdini, Fat Boys, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Dynamic Breakers.
Wow.
Which Shaik was a part of.
Wow.
Now, fast forward to just 3 days before today,
Mm-hmm.
I wake up and I get a notification on my timeline. Again, video music box. This time on his main page is Van,
Wow.
D-Rock,
Wow.
Rob Zendu, and I believe Shaik in the club going off. It's on his page right now.
Wow. Wow. That's
Right
awesome.
now, my brother. And that's when I said, yo, this is not a coincidence that this stuff is lining up the way it is.
Line it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because people don't have the club footage of Shaik getting down. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But Ralph McDaniels does.
See that?
And he put it up there.
Yeah, and I mean this is all. I mean, all a part of what we're doing. The large plan is to get all that, that footage, all that information, and put it out the right way, because there are a lot of missing elements. You know what I mean? I would hate for it not to be passed on to the younger generation, because how are they gonna move forward with what we contribute?
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
need to know. I mean, there was praises due to the grandfather in hip hop, breaking, locking, popping. But Shake to me was the father, and D-Rock, in our generation was the fathers of, New Jack Swing. Shake being the lead of that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
then D-Rock and Future and Doom, everybody down the line. So it's like, and for us not to share that information would be
Exactly.
an issue.
Yeah, that's what I was telling D-Rock yesterday, because I said, D, I put it on my I put it on my timeline so that you could see. And he said, yeah, I saw it. And then he went in and he said, yeah, man, that was us. We was going off. And he was like, yo, that's crazy, because people know of our history, but they when you see it,
Right.
and it's when they were, and it's when everybody was young,
Right.
younger. I mean,
Right.
we're still young,
Right.
but
I'm
younger. You know
about
what I mean?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm over 2 minutes
And
older
I'm
than him right now.
Yeah,
But
and I'm telling him, I said, yo, man, looking at that footage just let me know how much of a bomb squad we had.
Right.
Like,
Right.
because when the last one got off, which was D-Rock, and I've been telling this to people all the time, when whoever got down before we got down, they would keep on going. But once we got into that dance floor, the last person from our squad get down, nobody wants to dance no more. Now everybody wants to do the social dance. Let's do the WAP.
Right.
Yeah, let's do something different.
Thank goodness for slow jams. But we still came in on. Hey, yo, listen. We got Raymond on here on the line too, man. I just wanna kick him in on here and see what he has to say about the whole project and it moving forward, and the support, man. Where do we need to get it from? Who's gonna help out? This project. Raymond.
It'll take many heads from the entire dance community. By the way, thanks for putting this on. Thank you for this tribute. Yeah, it's really appreciated. It's a beautiful thing that's going on right here. Especially in light of Shake's birthday to being today.
Yes.
As far as the support, yeah, like I said, it's gonna come from everybody within the dance community. Within the hip hop community, within all the music culture, whoever is listening, paying attention. But they're all gonna play their part, because this is all for them as well. As just like you said, if the information has to get out there so that the next generation could learn from it and move forward.
Right. And what place though, Raymond? You know what I'm saying? The foundation under the family, you know what I'm saying? To continue that legacy, to move. Man, come on, man. You can't see, you know what I mean? Just come on. You got to realize at a point what makes sense. You know what I mean? And especially in these times, we really need to solidify this whole deal. And like if you're out there within, the voice, man, just please, man, help out, donate, whatever you can, if it's time or energy or thoughts or reference or whatever, whatever you can give, and let us know, man, for real.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is definitely a step towards giving back and making sure that the culture stays alive. Because without the foundations like this, it just dies off, and it dies off fast.
Yeah.
So again, I appreciate all this. Now as far as my brother, yeah, y'all know the stories, and y'all have your experiences with him. So there's not much that I can say that hasn't already been said. He was a wonderful person, wonderful human being.
You can say, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I'm like, again, there's things that they don't know, man. They don't know what he did. Like the undertones of him as a dancer, as a choreographer, as as a person. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
human being.
Yeah, human being, bro. Just he was.
You talk about 6 degrees of separation. Jake was more than 60 degrees, more than 6 degrees, more like 600 degrees of separation. Everybody, within music itself is somehow connected to him in one way or another.
Right.
You talk about Fatima Robinson, who choreographed Michael Jackson, who she also worked with Mary J. Blige, who Shake had got in touch with. He's connected to Puff, connected to Heavy D, connected to a Tribe Called Quest. Like these are people that he's grown up with, that he's been around. Run DMC. He's people from the neighborhood. These are all his friends. These are all his peoples. All his peers. And I'm only like skimming the top. Skimming off the top of the layers. I'm not even getting too much deep into it. I feel I shouldn't even have to.
Right, because there are so many branches, even in the fact that he, inspired, me and, other dancers, just branches, yeah, and it just goes forward. But,
Yeah.
now is the time, for everybody to like, come to that, that circle again, that cipher, and
Yeah.
kind of make this thing happen. Let's make this thing happen.
Yeah.
I wanna thank Rockwaller, because what you hear in that tribute, that small edited tribute, was done by my brother Alvin Agarat. There's an extensive thank you. There's an extensive view of that, it's well put together, and we want that to um, help out the foundation. So we're gonna tell you where to go to plug into that and donate, and viewing it. So we're gonna work that with Mama Shake. And yeah, so in Rockwaller, the music, he did that. All that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I appreciate him. He's supposed to be on today and opening up, but Rockwall's always busy. But anyway, he's here, spirit, and I just want to acknowledge that, and the family for sure, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Definitely thank the family for real.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Everybody's going through some trials, man. Hold up your head, stay strong, and
Mhm.
man, everybody's going through something, man. So stay focused and move forward, man, because we have to.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We have to. Yeah, but that, man, I was hoping some other people chime in. Maybe they, not astute as far as as far as
Yeah. As far as using the
right
streaming.
technology and stuff. But anyway, man, I'm gonna close out on that, bro.
All right.
Right.
And it's a blessing to have y'all here, and just share whatever, share it to the next, your link, your page, and maybe somebody will view this and get in. Again, y'all guys can go to PayPal me at samsarah1029 to donate if you so gracious and blessing us to continue the foundation. And that's all it's going to, is the foundation and the moving pieces and people who are helping out to make this project manifest.
Got you.
All right.
Right. All right.
All right.
All right, my
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Blessings.
All right.
Peace
Thank you.
and man. Happy solar return, Shake.
All right.
Yeah.